The other day I heard someone compare Trump to the neighbor who keeps running his leaf blower outside your window every minute of every day.
Do you think Donald Trump's ever changed a tire in his life? That's the guy, he gets a flat tire. He says, Jeeves, change that tire, please.
You know how some people can destroy their opponents with a single sentence without even breaking a sweat? Well, that's Barack Obama when it comes to President Donald Trump. In today's video, we'll look at a recent moment when Obama openly criticized Trump on live TV, leaving him visibly upset.
There is absolutely no evidence that this man thinks about anybody but himself. Donald Trump is a 78-year-old billionaire who hasn't stopped whining about his problems since he came down that golden escalator 9 years ago.
Now, we all remember Trump's endless bragging about his inauguration crowd, right? Biggest crowd ever, record-breaking, more people than humanly possible. Well, reality had other plans, and those infamous side-by-side photos comparing his crowd to Obama's, painful. And Obama, oh, he remembers. He definitely remembers. That little gesture, it was a masterpiece. A silent but deadly blow. It was the political equivalent of a mic drop. No long-winded explanations, no fact-checking needed, just a tiny hand motion.
If they're rattled in a friendly way, that's a good thing, John, not a bad thing.
Now, I don't know about you, but getting rattled and friendly don't exactly go hand in hand. Imagine going to a dinner party where the host shakes your chair every few minutes and then says, "Don't worry, it's in a friendly way." Yeah, not exactly reassuring.
You're running for president and you're hawking merchandise. Gold sneakers, $100,000 watch. Supposed to be Swiss watch, he says. And to pay inside the other party that is fantasy and schoolyard taunts and selling stuff like it's the Home Shopping Network. He's Mr. Tough Guy on China, except when it comes to making a few bucks. You cannot make this stuff up. You really can't.
Obama lists down Trump's never-ending grievances. The billionaire who's spent nearly a decade whining about his problems, firing off 3 a.m. rants and somehow still finding time to sell overpriced merch. Gold sneakers, a $100,000 watch, a Trump Bible. Yes, you heard that right, a Trump Bible. Because nothing says holy like slapping your name in gold lettering next to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Trump. And where are those Bibles made? China, the same country Trump constantly rails against. Except, of course, when there's a dollar to be made.
It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala.
Instead of selling steaks. I want to make clear to the Fox News table, that was a joke.
Barack Obama just said out loud what we've all been thinking. Donald Trump has been on a non-stop complaint tour for the last 9 years. And honestly, at this point, it's getting embarrassing. And the best part? It's only getting worse. Now, he's panicking about losing to Kamala Harris, so he's cranking up the nonsense to maximum volume.
There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
When he's not complaining, he's trying to sell you stuff. How can you be shocked? This is the guy, remember, who was sure that I was born in Kenya.
There are few guarantees in life. Awkward family gatherings, taxes, and Barack Obama absolutely eviscerating Donald Trump whenever given the chance. It's like a universal law at this point. The man doesn't even have to try. It's just something that happens naturally, like gravity or Trump misspelling words in his social media rants.
And I'm wondering if you'd like to respond to that.
Look, he's a president who's done a horrible job. Everybody understands that. He's a president who's allowed.
Here comes the classic Trump playbook, shifting the blame. Obama points out Trump's lack of knowledge, and how does he respond? By attacking Obama's presidency, saying the president's done a horrible job. It's like when a kid gets caught not doing his homework and instead of admitting it, he just shouts, "Well, Billy got a C last week." Not exactly a compelling argument.
What I cannot understand is why anyone would think that Donald Trump will shake things up in a way that is good for you. That I don't understand.
From campaign rallies to interviews to public speeches, Obama has mastered the fine art of roasting Trump with a mix of humor, subtlety, and that signature smirk that says, I know exactly what I'm doing. And the best part? He never has to get nasty or lose his cool. He simply states the facts in a way that makes Trump's entire existence look like a bad reality show.
I just want to emphasize the degree to which we are in serious times, and this is a really serious job. This is not entertainment. This is not a reality show.
During a speech at a Hillary Clinton rally, Obama addressed Trump's inability to take the job seriously, questioning how someone who spent his entire life scamming people with shady businesses could possibly lead a country. In one of the most memorable lines of that election cycle, Obama put it bluntly, "This is not a reality show."
Every candidate, every nominee needs to be subject to exacting standards and genuine scrutiny.
Oh, the irony, because for the next 4 years, that's exactly what Trump's presidency felt like. A chaotic, never-ending episode of The Apprentice, Oval Office edition, except instead of contestants getting fired, it was White House staff members, one after the other like a rotating door of dysfunction. But the most painful part? Obama was 100% right. Trump's presidency was filled with the kind of incompetence you'd expect from someone who bankrupted a casino, not once, but multiple times. One of Obama's best Trump takedowns came in 2020, right before the election. At a socially distanced rally in Philadelphia, Obama went off in a way that felt less like a political speech and more like a fed-up professor calling out a student who never does their homework.
That he might show some interest in taking the job seriously. But it hasn't happened.
He pointed out Trump's complete lack of leadership, saying, this guy couldn't even take the job seriously for 1 minute.
He hasn't shown any interest in doing the work or helping anybody but himself and his friends or treating the presidency like a reality show that he can use to get attention.
Now let's break this down. This wasn't just a criticism. This was a deeply personal indictment of Trump's entire presidency. Because if there's one thing Obama prides himself on, it's being serious about the job. Whether people agreed with his policies or not, no one could say he didn't put in the work.
And by the way, even then his TV ratings are down. So you know that upsets him.
Trump, on the other hand, well, he spent more time rage posting on Twitter and golfing than actually doing his job. Obama calling him out on it felt like the ultimate parental disappointment, like, we're not even mad anymore, we're just embarrassed for you. Of course, we can't talk about Obama humiliating Trump without mentioning one of the greatest moments in White House history, the 2011 Correspondents' Dinner.
Donald Trump is here tonight. Now I know that he's taken some flack lately.
If there's a single event that might have changed the course of American history, it's this one. Obama standing on stage in a tuxedo, delivering joke after joke, while Trump, sitting in the audience, slowly boils like a teapot about to explode.
Like, did we fake the moon landing?
What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac?
And there it is, the awkward smile, that weird, forced, I'm totally fine grin that screams internal rage at maximum capacity. Trump's expression tightens. The smile is still there, but it's starting to look more like a grimace. You can see the moment he realizes, oh, this isn't gonna stop, is it? A forced smile, a rigid posture, the unmistakable look of a man barely holding it together. The roast continued, culminating in the now legendary mic drop, which wasn't just a moment, it was a statement.
Say what you will about Mr. Trump, he certainly would bring some change to the White House.
Little did we know at the time that this night might have personally motivated Trump to run for president. Imagine that, an entire presidency fueled by pure spite over one public humiliation. Talk about a butterfly effect.
Unfortunately, too much of politics today seems to reject the very concept of objective truth. People just make stuff up.
Here's what makes Obama's shade so brutal. He doesn't go for the cheap shots. He doesn't yell. He doesn't call people names or throw fits on social media. No. He simply lays out facts, calmly, precisely, and with that signature professorial tone that makes his words cut even deeper.
We see the utter loss of shame among political leaders where they're caught in a lie and they just double down and they lie some more.
At this event, Obama delivered a stark warning about the rise of bigotry, nationalism, and the dangerous trend of strongman politics creeping across the world. He painted a picture of leaders who cling to the appearance of democracy, holding elections, giving speeches, but behind the scenes, they're systematically dismantling the very institutions that uphold democracy itself.
We do not need to see what an older, loonier Donald Trump looks like.
Here's the thing, Obama's takedowns aren't just funny, they're devastatingly effective. Why? Because he doesn't rely on insults or over-the-top anger. He doesn't scream, he doesn't rant, he doesn't call people names like a toddler throwing a tantrum in the grocery store, and that's what makes it so unbearable for Trump. It's not just that Obama is mocking him, it's that he's doing it better than Trump could ever hope to. So, whether it's a campaign speech, a sit-down interview, or just a casual off-the-cuff remark, one thing is always certain. If Obama gets the chance to roast Trump, he will. And it will be nothing short of spectacular.